Chapter 1311 The Chiao family is here again. If De Bao were to tell the truth, he felt that the earlier dress worn by his sister was prettier. It had colors while this one did not. Hence, this one was not so nice. Chiao Nan waved at the three children to come to her side and fed them with water. De Bao, Bao, do you feel very uncomfortable wearing these clothes? De Bao moved his neck and nodded honestly. At the sight of his elder brother nodding, Bao also followed suit. Chiao Nan was surprised. She wrapped her arms over De Bao and Bao and opened their collars to take a look. Fortunately, their skin was still intact. However, there were a few small and thin scratches on their fair and tender skin. It was probably because they felt uncomfortable and had scratched their necks. Chiao Nan let out a sigh. Since it's not comfortable, let's change them. Chiao Nan quickly brought De Bao and Bao to change their clothes back into the original ones that they wore earlier. After changing, the pair of brothers smiled happily. They were in such a good mood that they even ran and hopped around in the hall. Looking at the pair of brothers' reactions, Chiao Nan could not help exclaiming that boys and girls were really different. San Bao was so young, but she could already appreciate pretty things. This was a surprise to her. As for her other two children, it did not matter what they wore as long as they felt comfortable. When Zihua came out, the triplets stopped playing with the toys in their hands. They looked pleasantly shocked and surprised at the sight of Zihua. "Auntie, pretty." San Bao clapped her hands. This time, she praised Zihua without the need for the latter to ask. Really?" Zihua felt that the gown was a little tight. She was even stuttering when she spoke. She peeped at Tiandong from time to time to observe his reaction. When she saw Tiandong staring at her in a daze, looking like a block of wood, her expression turned stiff. "Even San Bao praised me for looking pretty. What do you mean by this expression? Don't forget that you are the one who brought this bridal gown." "Poof!" Chiao Nan laughed. "Sister Zihua, don't get angry first. Even San Bao said that you look pretty. How can Tiandong not have any reaction? I think he has been stunned by your beauty." When Zihua was wearing that not-so-nice bridal gown earlier, Tiandong was already bedazzled. This gown was specially custom-made for Zihua and certainly fitted her better. Chiao Nan felt that it was not strange at all that Tiandong was bedazzled once again. When Chiao Nan was laughing, San Bao could not help going near Zihua. She reached out her chubby hands and carefully touched Zihua's dress. "Pretty." The beads on the gown were a little shiny but not too bright. It was especially good-looking. De Bao and Bao supported San Bao's views again. Their sister was always right. At this moment, Zihua was very satisfied. She looked at herself in the mirror again and again. "Does it really look good? Even the triplets praised me." Zihua was more masculine and she did not like to grow long hair. It was very seldom that she wore dresses. Sometimes, the triplets, who had just learned how to speak, could not help calling her uncle instead of auntie. Zihua would also have moments of pique regarding this. Finally, the triplets had taste and said that she was pretty. How could Zihua not feel smug and satisfied? "I also feel that this bridal gown is much better than the one earlier. Dongzi, where did you buy it from? It's very suitable and not short at all. The other parts of the gown fit me well too. It's as if it is custom-made based on my figure." Looking at how pretty she looked, Zihua felt so happy at heart. Look! She was not only a woman but also a beautiful one. Dongzi had liked her since she was a child. He had kept the wedding proposal ring by his side for 10 years. There were reasons for these. Dongzi was not blind to be fond of her. One should say that Dongzi had a discerning sense of judgment. He could tell that she was a classic beauty after properly dolling up herself. When she saw Zihua feeling pretty, Chiao Nan very kindly did not remind Zihua that besides initial comment when the triplets certainly praised Zihua for looking good, they were subsequently only praising the bridal gown. Tiandong, you have found the right person. He's quite reliable. This gown is not bad. Xiao Nan had also worn such a beautiful bridal gown during her marriage. It did not happen too long ago. Xiao Nan had been keeping the gown properly. Since San Bao liked bridal gowns so much, Xiao Nan felt that she could take it out for San Bao to see when she grew up. Zihua's eyes lit up. No matter how tough a woman was, she would become a little woman when she met a man who truly doted on and protected her. Zihua looked a little shy. You specially got someone to custom-made it for me? Why didn't I know? I didn't hear anything about it either. Did the two of you gang up to keep this from me? Xiao Nan lifted both her hands and surrendered. It did not have anything to do with me. Tiandong was the one who said he wanted to give you a surprise. I agreed as I think that it would work. Zihua pouted and mumbled. HMMPH. You have a lot of tricks. You learned all of these when you were overseas, right? Zihua knew that couples abroad could be very romantic when they were dating. If it were in the past, Zihua would scoff at this. Now, she had benefited personally from this. Well, Zihua expressed that some of the habits from abroad were not just guileful but were occasionally good too. As a conservative Chinese, she should absorb the positive aspects and discard the negative ones from these practices abroad, not blindly rejecting them all. Tiandong, who had regained his senses, smiled. It's more important that you like it. It does not matter where I learned it from. Tiandong had always known that the Zai family was daring and progressive. Nevertheless, they were still conservative and old-fashioned in some aspects. As such, he had sought Xiao Nan's views in this prior to doing this. He wanted advice on whether this was appropriate and whether Zihua would like it. Everything that he did was for the sake of making Zihua happy and letting her know that he would definitely continue to treat her so well after marriage. He would let her feel the presence of happiness at all times. Nevertheless, Tiandong did not expect that the effect would be so good. After today, Zihua had finally decided on all the dresses required for her wedding. In a flash, it was the third day before Zihua and Tiandong's wedding day. On this day, Xiao Nan was surprised to see three unexpected guests. Nan, you look more beautiful as you grow. Hey, are these three my obedient grandchildren? They are so good looking. They resemble their mother. When Ding Jiyi came to the Zai family's residence, she was smiling like a Maitreya Buddha. However, her voice sounded so estranged. It was as if she was an old hen that had been strangled and squeaking. Ding Jiyi was not the only one who came. Of course, as Ding Jiyi's favorite daughter for 2 lifetimes, Xiao Zijin would not be left behind. The only one whom Xiao Nan would take a few more glances at was Xiao Dongliang, who was walking behind. As she watched the trio entering the house smoothly, Xiao Nan frowned. Dad, why didn't you let me know before you came? Chapter 1312 finally met the triplets. Looking at how wrinkled their clothes were, Xiao Nan knew that they had probably traveled via the train. This was rare. Last year, her mother said that they were coming to the capital, and she openly requested her to buy 3 flight tickets for the Qiao family to ensure that they could arrive at the capital comfortably. Ding Jiyi made herself feel at home and sat down smilingly. We're all one family. Why is there a need to tell you in advance? That would be too polite. Your dad, sister, and I are all grown ups. How could we not know the way? If we don't, we have a mouth under our nose. We can just ask for directions. People here are residents of the capital, indeed. They are well-mannered and do not look down on people like us who are from the countryside. They were very eager to help when I asked for directions. They not only gave me directions but were also willing to bring me there. Ding Jiyi thought that she was polite and popular. As such, the strangers that she met were enthusiastic and willing to personally lead the way for her. However, she did not think for once that the address that she mentioned was a famous residential estate for military personnel in the capital. It was not overboard to say that all those who were staying here were high-ranking and influential government officials. Typical people could not enter such a place. When they heard a stranger saying that she was going to the legendary place, they would be willing to lead the way out of curiosity. This did not have anything to do with Ding Jiyi's popularity at all. Is this San Bao? Which one is De Bao? How about Er Bao? After sitting down, Ding Jiyi stared at the three children. San Bao was the only girl. Although she did not have a lot of hair and it was not long, Xiao Nan had tied 2 ponytails for her. According to gender, San Bao was the easiest to identify. However, in comparison to girls, Ding Jiyi had always favored boys. In this lifetime, she had wished to give birth to a son even in her dreams. Unfortunately, she was not so blessed. The daughter that she thought most lowly of not only gave birth to a son but also 2 of them in one birth. Ding Jiyi was so envious. No matter how much she disliked Xiao Nan, when she looked at De Bao and Er Bao, she looked like a wild wolf that had been starving for a long time. She was exuding greenish light from her eyes, and it was quite scary. In particular, De Bao and Er Bao were very good looking. They completely matched the ideal look of the sun in Ding Jiyi's imagination. She thus looked at them in a different light. The 2 children were so frightened that they wriggled into Xiao Nan's arms continuously. When Xiao Nan was carrying the few children, she used her body to shield that extremely eager look in Ding Jiyi's eyes when the latter saw her children. "Auntie, you can serve the tea first." Next, Xiao Nan breathed in gently. "This is De Bao. This is Er Bao. De Bao, Er Bao, San Bao, this is your maternal grandpa. This is your maternal grandma and this is your auntie. Be obedient. Greet them." This was the first time that the Chiao family of 3 appeared in front of the triplets. As such, the triplets did not have any impression of these 3 relatives. Although the addresses of maternal grandpa, maternal grandma, and auntie sounded as if they were quite close to them, these greetings were no different from normal names. They took it that their names were maternal grandpa, maternal grandma, and auntie respectively. Xiao Nan had taught the triplets well. In addition, Xiao Nan was now by their side. De Bao was the elder brother. He took a serious glance at Ding Jiyi. Thereafter, he held on to Xiao Nan's hand and greeted everyone with his baby voice. At the sound of the greeting maternal grandpa, Xiao Dongliang seemed to have taken a few pounds of honey. He was smiling so much that one could see his wrinkles. De Bao is so obedient." When Xiao Dongliang saw De Bao wearing the small gold bracelet that he had given to him on his chubby hand, his smile widened. "You're still letting the children wear them. Did it become smaller? Will they feel uncomfortable wearing them?" The triplets had already grown so much. Unlike 1 year ago, they were no longer little babies in people's arms who only knew how to drink milk. Xiao Dongliang felt happy but also very sour at heart. The 3 maternal grandchildren could already run around and greet people, but this was the first time that he met them. When they were younger, he did not even have a chance to carry them. What kind of maternal grandfather was he? Xiao Nan's attitude was always better to Xiao Dongliang. "It's okay. This bracelet can still be removed from their hands. However, most likely, they can't wear this anymore next year." Xiao Dongliang nodded. He looked at De Bao with longing. "De Bao, can you let maternal grandpa carry you?" The lively and clever look of his maternal grandson had satisfied Xiao Dongliang's wish of being a maternal grandfather. Such beautiful children! Even if they belonged to another family, he would want to carry at the sight of them. Furthermore, De Bao was a child of his own family. De Bao lifted his head and looked at Xiao Nan. When Xiao Nan nodded, De Bao then walked toward Xiao Dongliang step by step. He reached out his short hands to Xiao Dongliang and allowed the latter to carry him. When De Bao was in Xiao Dongliang's arms, he glanced at Xiao Dongliang and then Xiao Nan from time to time. He seemed to have discovered that this maternal grandfather resembled his mother a little. It was also because of this that De Bao was willing to let Jiao Dongliang carry him. Unfortunately, within 3 minutes, De Bao twisted his body and kept shouting "Mom!" When Jiao Nan reached out his hands, De Bao pounced at Jiao Nan like a swallow's homing. He held onto Jiao Nan's neck and refused to let go, fearful that he would be carried by others. De Bao, bring Bao and San Bao over there to play with your toys, okay? It will be mealtime soon. Jiao Nan did not know whether the awkward atmosphere between her and the Chiao family of 3 had affected the triplets. Their expressions were very restrained and they were not as lively as usual. San Bao shriveled her lips. No. Keep Mom company. San Bao even specially opened her 2 arms and held onto her mother's small waist. She expressed that she would not leave no matter what. San Bao, be good. After thinking, De Bao displayed the mannerism of an elder brother. He imitated Jiao Nan by rubbing San Bao's head. Did he give you? De Bao was trying to say that he would lend his favorite toy car Xiao Didi to San Bao if she listened to him. San Bao's eyes lit up. She then looked at Jiao Nan as if she was in a dilemma. She was considering whether to take the Xiao Didi or guard by her mother's side. In the end, her yearning for Xiao Didi exceeded that of staying by her mother's side. Anyway, her mother was at home. She could see her when she lifted her head. Xiao Didi was different. She also had one. However, De Bao would usually play with it himself. If she were to miss this opportunity today, she did not know when the next one would come. After calculating the gain and loss, the cheeky and clever San Bao gave Jiao Nan a stamp on her arm to console Jiao Nan. Next, the little girl happily held on to De Bao's hands and staggered toward the playing corner, the 2 high ponytails on her head bouncing from each step she took. Bao guarded San Bao by the side. His little eyes peeped at the 3 strangers in the house from time to time. He seemed to have more thoughts in his mind than De Bao and San Bao. Chapter 1313 Busy, no time. After the Chiao family of 3 appeared, Miao Jing did not interrupt much of their conversation. She was thinking that no matter what, they had to say hello to Jiao Nan and chit-chat a little. However, Miao Jing was surprised that besides Jiao Dongliang, Jiao Zijin, Ding Ji, and Jiao Nan had reached the stage whereby they had nothing to talk about. That was truly amazing. You came here all of a sudden. We didn't prepare anything at all. Have you found a place to stay? There were extra bedrooms in the Zai family's residence but not many. There was only about 1 or 2. Jiao Dongliang and Ding Ji's relationship was too complicated and the pair could not sleep in the same room. In that case, Jiao Zijin and Ding Ji would have to sleep together in one room whereas Jiao Dongliang alone in another room. However, given what the Chiao family had done before, Miao Jing was extremely unwilling to let them stay in her house. This time, Miao Jing felt very helpless that the Chiao family of 3 came to the capital. She gathered that it was most likely because of Jiao Nan's earlier phone call to Jiao Dongliang to inform him of Zaihua's marriage. Given the relationship between the Chiao family of 3 and Jiao Nan, since Jiao Nan's sister-in-law was getting married, the Chiao family could just politely send one person to attend the wedding. That would be enough. No matter what, it was quite a distance between Pingcheng and the capital. Last year, the Chiao family of 3 did not appear during the triplets' full-month celebration, their 100-days-old celebration, and even their first birthday party. As such, even if they continued to do the same, Miao Jing expressed that she was already used to it. However, the Chiao family of 3 acted abnormally and came together this time. Miao Jing felt a little uneasy at heart. Upon hearing Miao Jing's words, Ding Ji laughed heartedly. Indeed, we came here in a rush. Zaihua is getting married. As elders, we certainly should come and attend the wedding banquet as well as give our blessings to Zaihua. As for accommodation, most likely, we have to trouble in-laws to help us arrange. We are not picky. You may just casually arrange 2 bedrooms for us. The size doesn't matter. Due to Jiao Zijin, Ding Jiyi knew that property prices in the capital were terribly high. It was certainly not cheap to rent a room, even a double bedroom for one night. Given Ding Jiyi's stingy character, how could she be willing to throw her money into this? After arriving in the capital, the Zai family was the host. It was reasonable for the host to take care of them properly. Furthermore, besides the Zai family who was their in-law, Xiao Nan was their biological daughter. The biological parents and sister had come to the capital. Ding Jiyi did not believe that Xiao Nan would be as unreasonable as when she was in Pingcheng and let the family of three wander on the streets and sleep on the bridge. Xiao Dongliang's face turned red. In-law, don't listen to her. We came here in a hurry, but we can arrange our own accommodation. Zihua is getting married. Your family is very busy at this point in time. Forget it if we can't provide any help. We can't add on to your troubles. Don't worry. We will settle our own accommodation. Initially, Xiao Dongliang intended to find the accommodation and buy some gifts before coming to the Zai family. However, they had finally arrived in the capital and could see his maternal grandchildren soon. In addition, under the cajoling by Xiao Zijin and Ding Jiyi, Xiao Dongliang succumbed to temptation and immediately came to the Zai family's residence to see his grandchildren. He absolutely did not intend to take advantage of the Zai family. If he were to do that, it meant that he was not giving his daughter face. Nan would not be able to lift her head in front of the Zai family then. When Xiao Dongliang said that, Miao Jing's expression eased a little. It's not easy to find accommodation in the capital. I will get someone to settle this for you. If she were to allow the Xiao family of three to remain in her own house, Miao Jing was afraid that she would feel upset. She was more fearful that Xiao Nan would feel unhappy. Xiao Dongliang was right in some of his words. Zihua was getting married and the Zai family was very tied up. They could not split themselves. When the Qiao family of three appeared at this juncture, Miao Jing would count her blessings if the Qiao family did not create trouble and affect their works in progress, let alone help them. Ding Jiyi's past reputation and honor were too poor. She had even wanted to steal the money of her own daughter, Xiao Nan. There was a lot of valuable stuff in the Zai family. Miao Jing would not take issue if just a little stuff went missing. She was most worried that if any of the missing items belonged to Zihua, who was getting married, this marriage would not be as wonderful. Xiao Nan agreed with Miao Jing's view. Let me make this call. Xiao Nan did not call the hotel directly but looked for Gao Yan instead. Due to Fang Fang, Gao Yan was aware of the situation of the Qiao family. He quickly helped Xiao Nan reserve 2 rooms. All right. Xiao Nan copied the address and contact number before passing it to Xiao Dongliang. When you go back later, I will get the chauffeur to send you. However, it's better that you keep this address and telephone number, in case you encounter any problem and can't find the place. Ding Jiyi's expression turned stiff. What do you mean by this? We've not seen each other for a few years. Don't you miss me at all? Do you still treat me as your mom? She had not even warmed up her seat and this white-eyed wolf could not wait for her to scram. She was so heartless. Cough, Xiao Zijin coughed twice to remind Ding Jiyi not to reveal that unreasonable side of her each time she met Xiao Nan. Ding Jiyi restrained her expression. Her angry look disappeared and the corners of her lips even curled up. During wintertime, the weather is too dry. Hence, I feel very hot. Nan, don't mind me. Mom is not directing my anger at you. Don't misunderstand Mom. We've not seen each other for so long. Initially, I was thinking of having a good chat with you since we have finally met. You can let me know how you are doing recently, whether you are happy or not. Nevertheless, your opinion is the most important. No matter what arrangements you make, Mom will listen to you. If they were not staying at the Zai family's residence, so be it. This house was not built with gold anyway. It was not as if she could extend her lifespan by 1 year with every night that she stayed. Sizing up the Zai family's residence in the capital, which was bigger than the small courtyard of the Chiao family in Pingcheng, Ding Jiyi felt so envious. However, after so many years, Ding Jiyi still could not understand what was so good about such a dim-witted and dull child like Chiao Nan. What did the Zai family see in Chiao Nan? They treated and cherished this white-eyed wolf so much like a treasure. On the contrary, her beloved Zaijin had poorer luck in this area. After much difficulty, she finally found Chen Jun, who was very much lacking in comparison to Zai Sheng, but the relationship was still unsuccessful in the end. Furthermore, Chen Jun and not Zaijin was the one who initiated the breakup. Do you have time to chat? Ding Jiyi had such a fierce temper, but she could finally speak like a normal person. Chiao Nan could not possibly scold her and not give her any face. It's late now. Why don't you go back to rest? We can find a chance to talk again if there is any matter. The triplets have to be flower children for Sister Zai Hua. I have to tailor-make their clothes, but I have not finished making them. Chapter 1314 Not giving her anything. These words were true. Chiao Nan was not merely brushing off the Chiao family of three. Having been used to wearing the clothes tailored by their mother, De Bao and Er Bao could not accept other non-mama brand clothes. San Bao was young and liked to imitate others. When she saw De Bao and Er Bao insist their mother tailor their clothes, well, San Bao did not want the ready-made bridal gown now. She also insisted her mother make her a beautiful little dress. The triplets assigned this last-minute mission to her. Chiao Nan had been busy with selecting, purchasing, cutting the fabric, and sewing the clothes. She was busier than Zai Hua, the bride. At the moment, she had already settled De Bao's and Er Bao's western suits. Her little daughter's dress was a little tricky. Hence, she had not finished making it. Ding Jiyi and Chiao Zaijin were surprised at Chiao Nan's words. There were looks of doubts beneath their eyes. Now, in this era, who would tailor their own clothes? The clothes in the shopping mall were not only good-looking but also inexpensive. It was very convenient to buy clothes. The Zai family had its own properties everywhere and did not seem to lack money. Did Chiao Nan need to be so stingy to personally tailor her children's clothes? Would the clothes that she made look good? Could they be worn by the three children? Was Chiao Nan afraid that they would ask her for money? Was that why she deliberately made up such a ludicrous lie to bluff them? Ding Jiyi and Chiao Zaijin were unaware of Chiao Nan's abilities but not Chiao Dongliang. Chiao Dongliang was full of smiles. Yes, Nan is very skillful in tailoring clothes. The clothes she tailored are both good-looking and durable. It also feels very comfortable wearing them. De Bao, Er Bao, and San Bao, all of you are very blessed to be able to wear the clothes made by your mom. Chiao Dongliang had been Chiao Nan's father for more than 20 years. He had only worn one set of such clothing before. Thereafter, he had never received any more clothing personally tailored by Chiao Nan. When Chiao Dongliang said that, Ding Jiyi and Chiao Zaijin could only take it that Chiao Dongliang was giving face to Chiao Nan in front of the Zai family. Chiao Zaijin was holding a tight rein on Ding Jiyi. Hence, this time, Ding Jiyi was very smart. She did not say anything else to berate Chiao Nan. She continued to sit down in an abiding and honest manner. Chiao Zaijin smiled and said to Chiao Nan, Nan, in that case, go ahead and be busy with your stuff. Mom and Dad are both tired. I will accompany them to the hotel and let them have a good rest tonight. We're family. We can talk again tomorrow. It's not too late either. Nan, Dad, Mom, and I will leave for the hotel then. Sure, goodbye. It was rare for Chiao Zaijin to know what was good for her. Chiao Nan almost did not know who Chiao Zaijin was anymore. In order to achieve her aims, shouldn't Chiao Zaijin utilize all ways and means and kick up a fuss to stay behind? Usually, she would not care whether she or others lose face. The Chiao family of three was so peaceful and normal today. Be it Chiao Zaijin or Ding Jiyi, they had been very cooperative. That was extremely surprising to everyone. Old Master Zai and Zai Yayawai, who came home late, did not even meet the Chiao family of three. After having dinner, when Chiao Nan was bringing the triplets to bed, Miao Jing told Chiao Nan, "Your sister has matured in her mindset and intellect. You have to be more careful in the future." Miao Jing vaguely saw the shadow of the Qi Minlan from the past in Chiao Zhaijin. Although Chiao Zhaijin did not kick up a fuss, it did not mean that she had turned into someone better. At most, she was wiser now. Unlike the past, she did not use Ding Ji as a gun and do distasteful matters that would make others laugh. This time, Chiao Zhaijin restrained herself. She was not as direct and predictable as in the past. She had become more sinister and gloomy. Given this change of Chiao Zhaijin, it was only fearful that she would become more difficult to deal with in the future and would create many troubles for Chiao Nan. Chiao Nan nodded. "Mom, don't worry. I can tell. My dad told me that most likely, she and Chen Jun have broken up. I think she insisted on coming to the capital so that she can make use of Sister Zaihua's wedding to get to know more people." This time, Chiao Zhaijin had really become smarter. Chiao Zhaijin would definitely not succeed if she wanted Chiao Nan to help her. Instead of going head-on with Chiao Nan, of course, Chiao Zhaijin would depend on herself and make use of Chiao Nan. It was not possible that she would introduce Chiao Zhaijin to a man that the latter wanted. On the contrary, if Chiao Zhaijin could mix around in the wedding banquet of Sister Zaihua, she could rely on herself to get to know some men. This was much easier than waiting for someone to introduce her to others. Chiao Zhaijin did not plot on her this time. Moreover, she was indeed her sister. She could not stop them if they wanted to attend Zaihua's wedding. This time, Chiao Zhaijin's plan seemed to be quite good on the surface. After entering her own bedroom, Chiao Nan smiled the moment she closed her door. She had never minded, but it did not mean that she was unaware. Many years ago, in Pingcheng, even Chu Chenexai warned her more than once that she was not compatible with Brother Zai, given her family background. She was taking advantage of Brother Zai by being with him. She was the one who lusted after Brother Zai's family status and his position in the army. Hence, she pestered Brother Zai shamelessly. Chiao Nan was aware of many of such unpleasant sayings. Those people could make it sound so disgusting. They could not wait to use such vicious rumors to drive her to the grave immediately so that she could give up her seat of the daughter-in-law of the Zai family. Yes, Brother Zai was too outstanding and exemplary. Hence, her union with Brother Zai had attracted so many vilification from others. As such, even if Chiao Zhaijin were to really succeed by finding someone, the gossip and rumors that she would have to face in the future would not be less than what she had endured in the past. No matter what, if Chiao Zhaijin were to know anyone from Sister Zaihua's wedding, they would have greater status than Chen Jun. In her previous life, Chiao Zhaijin also heard many such sayings when she married Chen Jun. In the end, her mother pestered Chiao Nan and took all her money for Chiao Zhaijin to prepare Chiao Zhaijin's dowry by buying a house. As a result, Chiao Zhaijin had property and car in her possession without using the Chen family's money. Chiao Zhaijin could then gradually establish herself in the social circle of the Chen family. Of course, in this life, Chiao Zhaijin's situation was not better than that in her previous life. In this life, Chiao Zhaijin did not even have a car, big appliances and everything else, let alone a house. When she got married, Chiao Zhaijin did not give her anything. When Chiao Zhaijin was getting married, at most, she would do just a little better than Chiao Zhaijin. No one could change this, no matter who came to make a din. "Mom, come." San Bao, who was already lying on her bed, patted on the position beside her pillow. She wanted Chiao Nan to quickly come over and sleep. Looking at the extremely adorable faces of her three children, all the troubles in Chiao Nan's heart disappeared. With a happy smile on her face, she walked toward her children in leisurely steps before lying down beside them. "Be good. It's already very late. It's time for my good children to go to bed. Sleep well and grow taller." Xiao Nan lowered her head and gave each child a kiss on their face. Chapter 1315 Papa is a baddie. The triplets pursed their lips and had a bright smile on their faces. They felt assured after their mother kissed them to sleep. They closed their eyes and drifted off to sleep. The triplets were still very young. In less than a minute, they were already sleeping soundly on the bed. Their bulging tummies rose and fell, and their mouths were slightly open. They were fast asleep in no time. Xiao Nan laid beside the triplets, taking in their smell of milk. She felt as if she was freed of all troubles. It was peaceful and comforting to lie next to them. Moreover, it seemed to have a hypnotic effect. She closed her eyes and fell asleep within 1 minute. Xiao Nan thought that she would have a dreamless sleep and would be able to sleep soundly throughout the night. However, Xiao Nan, who was deep asleep, was roused awake in the middle of the night. Someone lifted Xiao Nan off the warm bed. Although it was not very cold, Xiao Nan, who was used to the warmth in the bed, could not help but have goosebumps when she felt the cool air on her skin. She left her warm bed and was placed on another bed. The coldness of the new bed made her shiver uncontrollably. Luckily, Xiao Nan was enveloped by a burning sensation right away. She was drenched in perspiration and her bed sheets were wet as well. The next morning, the bright sunlight shone on Xiao Nan's eyes. It was so glaring that she used her hands to shield her eyes. She felt tired to the bones. She felt like sleeping for another 7 to 8 hours, but it was too glaring that she had to open her eyes. It was winter now. The sky was usually overcast in the capital. However, today's weather was great, and the sun was shining brightly. Although Xiao Nan was in the room, she could feel the warmth of the sun shining on her body. Xiao Nan stretched herself and yawned. She noticed that the bed sheets were different and her body felt limp and sore. She felt a mixture of anger and embarrassment. She took a closer look. True enough, she was not lying on the same bed that she slept in yesterday. Instead, she was lying on the bed that Zai Sheng specially bought for the triplets. Apart from Bao, who had spent a night on the bed, the triplets had never slept in the bed before. Instead, they would jump about on the bed. As for Xiao Nan, she slept on the bed for more than once, and she slept on it with that man most of the time. "Mama, Mama," San Bao was pounding on the door. She sounded anxious and furious. "Mama!" San Bao stopped shouting all of a sudden and in replace was her shriek. Someone seemed to carry her in his arms. "You must not disturb your mom. I will play with you." "No." The father and daughter ended up quarreling at the doorway. Xiao Nan laid on the bed lazily while she listened to the banter between Zai Sheng, who was already a father, and a 14-month-old San Bao behind the door. After some time, Xiao Nan finally felt much refreshed. She sat up from the bed slowly, changed her clothes, brushed her teeth, and washed her face. "What's wrong?" When Xiao Nan opened the door, the father and daughter were still quarreling. Zai Sheng felt that he had been very gentle and nice to his only daughter. He could be selected as the best father in China. However, San Bao pouted her lips and her eyes were red. She sounded annoyed and impatient. She knitted her eyebrows. If they continued with the banter, she might burst out in tears. "Mama!" San Bao's eyes lit up upon seeing Xiao Nan. She pushed against Zai Sheng and threw herself into Xiao Nan's embrace. Xiao Nan pursed her lips and carried her daughter from Zai Sheng's arms. "Brother Zai, you bullied San Bao and she is in tears. Didn't you say that you dote on her the most? Why was the actual situation different from what he said?" "Mama!" San Bao seemed to have a lot of grievances. She buried her face in Xiao Nan's neck. She had no wish to see Zai Sheng, the baddie. "Mama, hungry." Xiao Nan patted San Bao on her bottom. "Is San Bao hungry? I will bring you to have breakfast." San Bao was impatient and she was a girl. It was no wonder that she was delicate. If Xiao Nan was not around, De Bao would eat on his own. But it was different for San Bao. Chiao Nan had to be around for her to eat her meals. If Chiao Nan was at home, she had to stay by San Bao's side while she had her meals. She must not leave her side. It was already 1 o'clock in the morning when Zai Sheng reached the Zai family's residence yesterday night. Originally, Zai Sheng wanted to hug his wife and children to sleep. But once he carried his wife in his arms, he had other intentions in mind and carried her to another bed. He knew that he must have tired out Chiao Nan. From his previous experience at home, Zai Sheng knew the daily routines of the triplets and he carried them to the restroom in the wee hours of the morning. Zai Sheng knew his limitations. He did not help the triplets do difficult tasks like brushing their teeth or washing their small faces. He brought the triplets to their grandma, auntie, and helper. De Bao and Er Bao were halfway through their breakfast, while San Bao kept whining for Chiao Nan to accompany her. De Bao and Er Bao tried to cover up for San Bao by attracting Zai Sheng's attention. They made him bring food for them, pour water for them, and wipe their mouths. Initially, Zai Sheng thought that De Bao and Er Bao were closer to him and therefore they wanted him to help them. But then he realized that San Bao had already climbed silently on all fours to the second floor and was walking toward the bedroom. Zai Sheng took big strides to chase after her and he finally caught hold of San Bao. Perhaps, since she was caught by Zai Sheng, San Bao was very angry at him. She turned her back on him and faced her beloved mama. She drank the soft little millet porridge happily, savoring her breakfast. Now that their mama was downstairs, De Bao and Er Bao no longer needed to cover up for their sister. The two little brats abandoned their father that they had ordered around for the entire morning. They drank some water after finishing their breakfast. They then held hands and walked to a corner to play with their toys. As they were walking toward their toys, they stopped and waved to San Bao, telling her to hurry up and join them. San Bao turned anxious. She urged Chiao Nan to feed her quickly so that she could join her brothers and play with them as soon as possible. San Bao, be good. There is no need to hurry. Your brothers will wait for you. They won't run away. Chiao Nan had no wish to speed up feeding San Bao. She fed her slowly, one spoonful after another. Under Chiao Nan's influence, San Bao, who was impatient, calmed down and finished her food in her mouth before she had more. She finished her meal in her usual speed. Then, Chiao Nan carried her from the high chair and watched as she ran toward De Bao and Er Bao. Chapter 1316 I heard that someone confessed his love to you. Miaojing had been watching everything from the side with a wide smile on her face. Although Nan Nan is very young, she is definitely the best mother that I have seen all these years. She could not be compared to Nan Nan. She was too lacking. That's true. Zai Hua felt invigorated after drinking porridge. She felt refreshed after one night's sleep, and gone was the exhaustion that she felt yesterday. When Nan Nan just gave birth to the triplets, many people praised Chiao Nan for giving birth to the triplets, but they were laughing at her behind her back, saying that she was very young and was just a child. It was good enough if she could take care of herself. How could she care for the 3 children? The truth proved otherwise. Nan Nan's children were smarter and cuter than other children. Other mothers might be older. But it was useless to be older. Alright, let's not talk about me. Sister Zai Hua, you are getting married. Are you nervous? Chiao Nan blushed at the praises. She changed the topic by reminding Zai Hua that she was about to become a bride. Instead of gossiping about her, Sister Zai Hua should think about her life once she was married. Zai Hua waved her hand nonchalantly. It is merely a marriage. What's there to be nervous about? Life will just go on. If Dongzi dares to rebel, I will show him what I am capable of. Zai Hua clenched her fists confidently. Chiao Nan took out the dress that she had made halfway for San Bao and began working on it, pedaling on the sewing machine. Sister Zai Hua, you must not underestimate your enemy. Some people might be useless despite being older. But it might be a different case for people who are taller and stronger. Tiandong seemed to be easygoing. Apart from being very tall, he still had a good temper like when he was young. He was still as mild-tempered as Sister Zihua had described. However, Xiaonan felt that things might not be that simple. In particular, when Zihua made the comment, she noticed that the corners of Zai Sheng's lips curled slightly, as if he was smiling at something. Since she had a good relationship with Zihua, and Xiaonan had noticed something odd, she must remind Zihua about it. Xiaonan could do nothing about it if Zihua chose not to believe in her. If Zihua was forewarned, she would not be shortchanged. However, if she was too confident of herself... Xiaonan shook her head. Since men were physically stronger than women, Sister Zihua might be ravished by Tiandong on their wedding day. Tiandong had a close relationship with Brother Zai. Xiaonan believed that Tiandong was not someone to be trifled with. Like Brother Zai, he must be full of vigor and vitality. Since she had given Zihua a gentle reminder, she had done her part. It was up to Zihua to believe it or not. She had no time to waste. She had to hurry up to complete the dress that was for her daughter. Zai Sheng walked quietly to stand beside Xiaonan. His back faced the rest of them while he gave a small bite on Xiaonan's earlobe. I heard that Tiandong is giving you 1% of shares? If you continue to make trouble for him, he might not work hard to earn money for you in the future. Xiaonan blushed. She darted to the side and looked around with a guilty conscience. She was worried that other people might have witnessed the scene. My husband will support me. I do not lack money. Moreover, I am already in my 3rd year. I will graduate soon. After I start working, although I will not be able to make lots of money, I will still be able to support myself. As for De Bao, Er Bao, and San Bao, you will have to provide for them. Xiaonan had been married to Zai Sheng for quite some time. They were open and frank with each other about their finances. Now that they were married and became closer to each other, their feelings for each other did not fade. Instead, they were more in love than before. They had a harmonious and loving relationship. Zai Sheng grinned at Xiaonan's reply. There was a teasing note in his tone. Now that you are a mother, you have improved. You are good with words. Is it okay that you came back for Sister Zihua's wedding? Xiaonan was worried as she knew that Peng Yu had set himself against Zai Sheng. I am not very sure of the situation in the army. Brother Zai, you must be careful. The triplets are very young. They need their father to be by their side. Brother Zai, I could not help but be in a slight panic. Zai Sheng had encountered quite a lot of trouble after he arrived in the capital. Peng Yu, in particular, was quite a bother. Zai Sheng had never had such issues when he was in Pingcheng. Xiaonan could not imagine the troubles and challenges that Zai Sheng faced when he was in the camp during this period of time. There was another matter that Xiaonan was very troubled about. Whenever Zai Sheng was back, he would be particularly busy at night. Although he was naked, Xiaonan was in a daze and not in her right mind, so she could not really see for herself how he looked. Even so, she could tell when she touched him that he had a lot of scars on his body. At times, Xiaonan's hands would come to rest on his skin. They used to be smooth, but recently, she could feel scars on his body. However, whenever she chanced upon his scars, Zai Sheng would grab her hands and held them down over her head. Although Zai Sheng had this habit in the past, he would do this more frequently now that they were in the capital. Previously, Xiaonan did not have the chance to talk to Zai Sheng about this topic. Today, she finally had the chance to have a good talk with him. She no longer wished to avoid the topic. She was very direct about it and told Zai Sheng that she was worried and frightened. I heard that Peng Yu is ruthless. This kind of person was the scariest of all. After she married Zai Sheng, Xiaonan knew that it was common for accidents to happen to soldiers during their military drill. Death and injuries were seen as common. Xiaonan was not worried that Peng Yu would fight it out with Zai Sheng. Instead, she feared that he would resort to underhanded methods to catch Zai Sheng unaware. Zai Sheng held Xiao Nan by the waist, taking in her unique smell. He felt particularly calm and peaceful at this fragrance. I can't hide anything from you. Yes, Peng Yu had used some underhanded methods, but I have survived them. What kind of underhanded methods? Xiao Nan wanted to know what kind of underhanded methods Peng Yu used to catch Brother Zai unaware and for him to suffer serious injuries. There was a flicker in Zai Sheng's eyes. Are you sure you want to know? Yes. I heard that someone confessed his love to you when you were in school. He even knelt on one knee and prepared 999 roses to prove that he was sincere and for you to become his girlfriend. Chapter 1317 Went overboard. Zai Sheng did not merely hear about this incident, but he even had photos. Zai Sheng was caught off guard by the photos that Peng Yu showed him that he almost fell for his trap. If one was slightly distracted during the military drill, one could easily cause the entire regiment to be wiped out by the enemy. If so, it would be a shame on them. Peng Yu was very ambitious. He wanted to prove that he was better than Zai Sheng. The military drill was a good chance for Zai Sheng to suffer a crushing defeat and for him to have a definite win over him. Therefore, as soon as Peng Yu had the photos, he had been planning for Zai Sheng to suffer a crushing defeat. Peng Yu had almost succeeded. Luckily, Zai Sheng had absolute trust in Xiao Nan and had faith in their relationship that had lasted for so many years. After he was injured, Zai Sheng composed himself and cleared his mind of other thoughts. He looked at Peng Yu's strategy rationally and adjusted his action plan accordingly to pit against Peng Yu. Initially, Zai Sheng's side was on the losing end. However, in the end, he had a beautiful victory. After the drill, Zai Sheng was elated with his win, but he still remembered that a man confessed his love to his wife and in turn affected his mood during the military drill. Although he knew that his wife had rejected him, given Zai Sheng's personality, he could not let the matter off. Since Xiao Nan brought it up, and revenge was a dish best served cold, he would take it out on Xiao Nan. Xiao Nan was sensitive and caught on quickly. Since you brought up Peng Yu now, does it mean that after Peng Yu learned about it, he used this to affect your mood? Could it be that she was the one who caused Brother Zai to sustain injuries? Zai Sheng did not wish for Xiao Nan to be anxious and blame herself. Don't think too much and don't blame yourself for what had happened. After all, it was because I didn't have enough faith and was hence affected. I should have banished all thoughts and not to be affected by external factors. Regardless of what photos Peng Yu showed me, I should know that the IT industry is very advanced and one could come up with a lot of edited graphics using the computer. Experts would be able to make people who are as different as night and day to be in the same photo and scene. Zai Sheng had heard of this technology in the past. Therefore, after winning in the military drill, the first thing that Zai Sheng did was to check the source of the photos given by Peng Yu. He could have passed off fake photos as genuine photos. The army was very efficient. After some investigation, Zai Sheng found out that the photos were real. There was indeed a foolish male college student who confessed his love to Xiao Nan. He professed his love and promised that he would be with her for the rest of his life. Zai Sheng never suspected that Xiao Nan would give up on their relationship because of other people. He knew that Xiao Nan would never be moved or touched by their words or actions. It was just that as a man, he could not help but feel unhappy when he learned about such news. Are you talking about PS? Xiao Nan might not know about other technology, but she had heard about PS. In another 10 years, this technology would be used on photos, making photos to be different from what one had seen through one's eyes. Xiao Nan did not expect that the technology that was favored by celebrities 10 years later would have such usage at the beginning of the 20th century. It was an eye-opener for Xiao Nan. P.S. Zai Sheng thought about it and smiled. Indeed, its acronym is indeed PS. Since you know about this, you should understand what I am saying. I am not exaggerating at all. There might be more than one occurrence. Nan, aside from being jealous, the reason why I bring this up is that I hope we will not have any misunderstanding or doubts, and we will not allow this to affect our relationship." Xiao Nan's expression turned cold. "Are you saying that Peng Yu might use the same method on me? He had failed at defeating you. One would not use the same successful method too often. What makes him so confident to use the same method on me even though he had failed once? Is he that confident that he will succeed the next time?" Peng Yu had underestimated her. Zai Sheng chuckled. "Peng Yu is an arrogant person. He did not expect that there would be someone like me who would not fall for his tricks. He felt that there would not be many such exceptions. Furthermore, Peng Yu looks down on women. He felt that they might have long hair, but they are shallow and lack knowledge. Moreover, you suffered from the baby brain effect." Xiao Nan's temple was throbbing. Since Brothers I had said so, he must be certain that Peng Yu had been targeting her since a long time ago and he wanted to play the same old trick on her, hoping that he would succeed this time. Baby brain effect? Long hair but shallow? I would really like to know the woman who gave birth to Peng Yu. You, move aside. Xiao Nan was engaged in a conversation with Zai Sheng. San Bao, who saw them, pulled a long face. She was unhappy. She would not reason with them and would make her anger known through her actions. Perhaps, children at this age were particularly attached to their mother. Among the 3 children, San Bao was the most attached to their mother. Seeing that Zai Sheng hugged her mama shamelessly, San Bao threw her favorite toy aside and walked toward Zai Sheng with a look of displeasure on her face. She used her tiny hands to push Zai Sheng aside. But Zai Sheng would not budge. She had to change her position and use her bottom to push at Zai Sheng. To Zai Sheng, San Bao's feeble movements were even lighter than a scratch. Zai Sheng was so much stronger than San Bao. She was overrating herself. San Bao's face turned red from overexertion, while Zai Sheng did not move an inch. In the end, San Bao turned angry and bawled. Miao Jing felt angry and funny. She could not help but give Zai Sheng a few smacks on his back. "You are turning 30 years old. Why do you behave so out of line and become more and more childish? San Bao is your daughter. How can a father bully his daughter? Look at how she is crying. Doesn't your heart ache for her?" Miao Jing felt heartbroken that San Bao was in tears. She would do anything, including sacrificing herself, to improve her mood. If it was someone else who bullied San Bao to tears, Miao Jing would definitely make the person pay for bullying San Bao. But the culprit was her son, and he was San Bao's father. Miao Jing, albeit furious, could only lecture him. Miao Jing could do nothing to Zai Sheng. Chapter 1318 Give Bad Father a Beating. Even if she punished Zai Sheng, the intensity of it could not be compared to the basic training that Zai Sheng would do daily. Zai Sheng underwent harsh training every day. "Grandma." San Bao, who felt wronged, pouted her lips and pointed her tiny fingers at Zai Sheng. Her father bullied her. Her grandma must take revenge for her and make her father suffer for it. Miao Jing wiped the tears off San Bao's face. "San Bao, be good. You must not cry. Your dad is getting childish. He is not as sensible as San Bao. Let's not take issue with him. Your dad is in the wrong. I have scolded him and beaten him." San Bao touched her bottom upon hearing the word beaten. She remembered that her grandma had indeed smacked her father hard on the back. San Bao sniffed, satisfied with the punishment. Zai Sheng felt a mixture of emotions at driving his daughter to tears. His daughter resembled Nan Nan. He could not bear to bully his wife, so he bullied someone else's wife. But Zai Sheng's heart ached at the sight of her crying face. It was torturous. Zai Sheng had set out to become the best father to San Bao. Now that he had driven her to tears, he had to cajole her and please her. Zai Sheng reached out to San Bao. He took San Bao from Miao Jing's embrace with his strong arms. He lifted her into the air and threw her upward. San Bao flew upward and fell downward into Zai Sheng's arms. San Bao was startled at the beginning. But then, she broke into a wide smile and shrieked in happiness. She no longer took issue with Zai Sheng over what happened just now. When she fell down into Zai Sheng's arms, she patted his strong arms and addressed him sweetly as Papa. Apart from San Bao, De Bao, and Er Bao also liked to be thrown into the air by Zai Sheng. There were a lot of men in the Zai family. But there were very few who had time to stay at home to play with the triplets. Old Master Zai was advanced in years. Although he was healthy and did not have any illness, it would be difficult for him to throw the triplets who weighed 10 to 15 kilograms into the air. Zai Yaowai was in far better condition than Old Master Zai. However, he was busy with work. Besides, he did not have the energy to play such games with his 3 grandchildren. If he only played with one of his grandchildren, he was worried that it might hurt the feelings of the remaining 2 kids. In order not to hurt them, he decided not to play this game with them at all. Whenever Gao Yan visited Jiao Nan at the Zai family's residence, it was because of Fang Fang. Gao Yan might want to play with the triplets, but they felt that Gao Yan was too childish despite his age. They refused to give him a chance to play with them. As for Tian Dong, he wanted to play this game with the triplets. He was hoping to gain the favor of the triplets so that he would have an easier time when he proposed to Zai Hua. However, since Miao Jing forbade Zai Hua from playing the game with the triplets, Zai Hua would not allow Tian Dong to do whatever that she was not allowed to do as well. When Tian Dong suggested playing the game with the triplets, Zai Hua rejected his idea and made him give up on such thoughts. This worked to the advantage of Zai Sheng. He found a way to please the children and for them to become closer to him willingly and to call him as their papa sweetly. Miao Jing breathed a sigh of relief at how much fun the triplets were having with Zai Sheng. All along, I am worried that Zai Sheng did not know how to be a good father to 3 children. From the looks of it now, I have been thinking too much. Zai Sheng is doing a great job. Compared to her and Zai Yaowai, he was so much better. The triplets are much closer to Zai Sheng as compared to the previous time. They have fun playing with each other. Qiao Nan nodded in agreement. Brother Zai has been doing very well all along. Apart from having to stay at the camp and not spending enough time at home, Brother Zai is a good husband and a good father to the triplets. Qiao Nan was all praise for Zai Sheng. Miao Jing was elated to hear that. Madam, Nan, the Qiao family is here. Some people always know to ruin the atmosphere at the wrong time. Zai Sheng had only been back home twice this year. They were hoping to spend time together to catch up, but some people turned up to leave an impression at the wrong time. Judging from her tone, the auntie was displeased and annoyed. They are still waiting outside. Should I find an excuse to send them away? The auntie was not looking down on the Qiao family as they were not well-to-do. Anyone who had a conscience and knew what the Qiao family had been up to would dislike the Qiao family. Nan, what do you think? When it concerned the Qiao family, Miao Jing would always leave the decision to Qiao Nan. Qiao Nan was no longer all smiles. Let them come in first. This is the first time that they are in the capital. It will not be good if we are too cold to them. Since they took the initiative to visit them, it would save her time and effort to keep up appearances. She also did not wish for the Zai family's reputation to be affected. Okay. The auntie knew that Miao Jing would not override Qiao Nan's decision once she had made up her mind. The auntie turned to look at Miao Jing. She made no move to stop Qiao Nan. Therefore, the auntie schooled her expression and led the Qiao family into the Zai family's residence. This was their second time at the Zai family's residence. However, no one was more anxious than Qiao Dongliang at the thought of seeing his maternal grandchildren. Qiao Dongliang took quick steps into the Zai family's residence, leaving Ding Ji and Qiao Zijin behind him. To his surprise, when he entered the Zai family's residence, not only did he see his grandchildren but he also saw his son-in-law. Zai Sheng, why are you at home? When did you come back? I didn't see you when I came to the Zai family's residence yesterday. Did the army allow you to go on leave? Xiao Dongliang looked on enviously as Zai Sheng had fun with the triplets. Zai Sheng could hold them in his arms, coaxed them, and played with them. He was most envious of how close the triplets were with Zai Sheng. This was something that he yearned for but could not achieve. Since Zai Sheng was around, it meant that he would not have as much time to spend with his grandchildren. Zai Sheng was young and strong. He was able to play with the triplets, whereas he was advanced in years. He was just an aging grandfather as compared to Zai Sheng. The Lunar New Year is coming and the army allows us to go on leave. Chapter 1319 Help introduce a job. Qiao Nan, who had been tired out by Zai Sheng yesterday, did not have a chance to tell Zai Sheng that the Qiao family of 3 had come to the capital and said that they would attend Zai Hua's wedding. However, this morning, Miao Jing had already notified Zai Sheng about the situation when he brought the triplets downstairs for breakfast. Hence, Zai Sheng was not surprised at all when he saw the Qiao family of 3 appear. Father-in-law, Zai Hua is getting married this time, and you have to make a special trip here. It must have been tough on you. Zai Sheng knew that Qiao Nan had been perplexed and troubled about how she should treat Qiao Dongliang. He was still willing to address him as father-in-law. Qiao Dongliang, who heard the greeting father-in-law, was pleasantly surprised by the attention. He knew that he owed it to Qiao Nan to receive this greeting. When he insisted on returning to the small courtyard of the Qiao family previously, Qiao Dongliang was already prepared that his younger daughter might not acknowledge him anymore. Also, the son-in-law's family would not continue to treat him the same way. Fortunately, although Qiao Dongliang had prepared for the worst, the final outcome was much better than he had expected. Not tough at all. Hua is getting married. I am very happy for her. When Qiao Dongliang said this, he even looked at Zai Hua. Zai Hua, who had been given a blessing, said thanks before rolling her eyes at Qiao Nan. Uncle Qiao was well aware of the scandal between her and Wei Da, all because of Qiao Nan. Zai Hua felt that Qiao Dongliang said these blessings mostly because of this matter. Qiao Nan shrugged her shoulders. She would not take the blame for this. Occasionally, her father would act as if he was very familiar with someone. She was unaware of it in the past. 2 years ago, when her father brought the Chen family to look for Uncle Shi, she then discovered that her father had such a hidden shortcoming in his character. The Qiao family and the Zai family were not on very good terms. Under Qiao Nan's influence, both families basically did not interact with each other much. At this moment, Qiao Dongliang's grateful expression looked as if Zai Hua was his best friend's daughter, whom he had watched growing up. His best friend's daughter was akin to half his daughter. When Zai Hua was getting married, of course, Qiao Dongliang would feel happy for her. Sister Hua, I wish you happiness. At this juncture, Qiao Zijin walked over at the opportune time. She was holding a little gift bag in her hands, which she then passed to Zai Hua. This is just a little gesture of mine. I used the money that I earned when working part-time to buy this gift. I hope Sister Hua will like it. Courtesy costs nothing. Qiao Zijin, who had not been performing very well in this aspect, made everyone's jaws drop today. She seemed especially good-mannered. Zai Hua curled the corners of her lips. You're so polite. Thank you very much. It's the thought that counts. I understand. Zai Hua could not bring herself to say more. Ding Ji suddenly laughed. Zai Hua will be getting married the day after. It's so good to see Zai Hua looking so shy and feminine. In-law, you must feel very happy that your daughter is getting married. You know that she has found someone whom she can depend on for the rest of her life. It's certainly something to be happy about. 2 years ago, when Nan married into your family, I was so happy for her that I had many sleepless nights. In-law, you have 2 children. Your son already has a son, and your daughter is marrying into such a good family. You should have nothing to worry about in the future. Next, Ding Ji gave a gloomy sigh. Unlike me, I treat and dote on these two daughters like precious darlings. Nan Nan is married to Zai Sheng. Not many people can be more blessed than her. Although Nan Nan is married, I still have Zaijin. Zaijin will be graduating from college in half a year. What are we going to do about her job? Where is she going to find one? I am very worried about this matter. In-law, look at all my white hair. Unlike you, you have a happy life and look younger as time passes. Miao Jing smiled without many expressions. Don't say that. All our children have grown up. They have their own thoughts and plans about the future. Hua Hua is getting married the day after next. However, I have been very worried for her. She is too honest and upright. She never listens to our words. Fortunately, she met a man whom she is willing to marry. I can then rest my heart. As for your family's Chiao Zaijin, it should be the same in the future. It's different from the past now. Everyone prefers to have freedom of love. The one that the young lady finds herself must be the one that she is most satisfied with. You just need to worry less and wait for Chiao Zaijin to bring your elder son-in-law home. Job and partner. So, the actual motive of the Chiao family of three for coming to the capital was to request them to help Chiao Zaijin find a job and settle her marriage at the same time? Chiao Zaijin blushed for a while. She looked extremely shy beside Ding Ji. It was as if she was embarrassed by the conversation. Ding Ji patted Chiao Zaijin's hands. Don't say that, in-law. This daughter of mine. You really don't know. I am very worried for her. She is very sweet-tongued and obedient in front of her family or people that she is familiar with. However, in front of people that she is not so familiar with, she is very quiet. She doesn't talk much even after meeting the person for a long time. Given her character, can I still wish for her to go through freedom of love and find me a son-in-law? When I arrange blind dates for her, if she can be more eloquent and chat well with the other party, I will already thank God. Chiao Zaijin had a glib tongue and was good at talking off one's head. However, under Ding Ji's description, she had actually become a good lady who was honest and simple. This was not the first day that they knew each other. No one, including Chiao Nan and the Zai family, knew when Chiao Zaijin had turned into someone with such a character. They had not met for 2 years. They only knew that Ding Ji's eloquence had improved tremendously during this period. She seemed to be on par with the Chiao Zaijin in the past. Actually, what Ding Ji wanted was already very obvious. However, Ding Ji was still used to making herself clear. She would say it word for word on the mission that she would like to assign. She added, "Besides finding a reliable partner, I am also very troubled over what kind of job she will find after she graduates in half a year. In-law, didn't they say that you have many connections? You know a lot of people. Can you help introduce a suitable job for our family's Zaijin?" Mom. Chiao Zaijin looked like she was full of embarrassment. "Auntie, don't listen to my mom. I am studying for a diploma now. It's not that hard to find a job. The school has arrangements. I can settle this matter on my own. Mom, I will be angry if you do that again." Chiao Zaijin looked even more apologetic when she glanced at Chiao Nan. If the Chiao family and the Zai family were on good terms, it was not too much for Ding Ji to mention this. Chapter 1320. Where was the shame? Even if Ding Ji did not bring this up, the Zai family might also put in a couple of good words for Chiao Zaijin on the account that she was Chiao Nan's only sister. However, the two families were not on good terms. When Ding Ji shamelessly said these, she was making Chiao Nan lose face in the Zai family. "We are all family. In-law, you treat Nan Nan like your own daughter. How can there possibly be such a misunderstanding? In-law, don't you think so?" Ding Ji seemed bold and fearless. Everyone from the quad in Pingcheng was aware that by getting married to Zai Sheng, Chiao Nan was akin to have fallen into a nest of fortune after leaving the wolf's den. Miao Jing treated Xiao Nan as good as, if not better than, her biological daughter, Zihua. Zihua was seldom at home. On the contrary, Xiao Nan was the one who spent more time keeping Miao Jing company. As such, in front of others, anyone who saw them would feel that Xiao Nan seemed to be closer to Miao Jing than Zihua was. In other words, if Xiao Zijin and Xiao Nan were on good terms, Xiao Zijin could ride on her sister's glory. Her future marriage partner would not be too lousy either. She could look for one and he would easily be more outstanding than Chen Jun. However, the people in the quad were waiting to look at how Ding Ji and Xiao Zijin would make a fool of themselves. Xiao Nan married so well, yet the lives of the Xiao family of three did not change at all. This joke was enough to make them laugh until they were 70 or 80 years old. Anyone who stayed in the quad was aware that Xiao Nan's maternal family did not benefit at all despite her marriage. The sarcasm from these people was not directed at Xiao Nan but Ding Ji and Xiao Zijin. It was not because of other reasons. First, Xiao Zijin and Ding Ji were right before their eyes and it was easy to chide them. Second, no matter how envious they were of Xiao Nan, she was the Zai family's daughter-in-law. They were just small flies and could only look up to the existence of the Zai family. Would they dare gossip about the Zai family's daughter-in-law? Unless they shunned that they were having too good a life. When they constantly swore at Ding Ji and Xiao Zijin or occasionally chided them, they were seeking justice for Xiao Nan, who had suffered in the past. Indirectly, they were also trying to curry favor with Xiao Nan. Ding Ji had endured this anger for 2 years. She could finally vent her frustration in front of Xiao Nan and Miao Jing now. How could Ding Ji hold herself back? She said it all, be it appropriate or not. She was not afraid that she would make everyone feel awkward at all. Mom! Xiao Zijin tugged at Ding Ji nervously. Seemingly, she wanted Ding Ji to restrain herself and not continue with such impolite and offending words. Mom, I am going to be angry if you do that again. Mom, even if Auntie really introduces a job to me, I won't take it either. It's not that my school doesn't have any arrangement for me. Why you? I don't know what to say about you. Ding Ji was angered by Xiao Zijin's lack of ambition. I am helping you pull the strings, and you have the shame to drag me down? I said all these, being the bad guy. Who am I doing this for? We are a family. There are no overnight feuds. At most, I am bad with my words but I've never harbored malicious intention. You're already a mother. Why don't I see any improvement in this area? Which mother in the world will yearn for their daughter to lead a bad life? The first part of Ding Ji's speech was directed at Xiao Zijin. The second part was completely directed at Xiao Nan, who was already a mother. Ding Ji only wished to express one meaning: parents always have their good reasons. Regardless of how bad her attitude toward Xiao Nan was in the past, she was Xiao Nan's biological mother. How could she possibly wish to harm Xiao Nan? Her original intent was for Xiao Nan to do well. At most, she was a little stupid to have done bad things despite her kind intentions. It was fine that Xiao Nan did not understand Ding Ji in the past. However, she was already a mother now. She should understand a mother's thoughts. If Xiao Nan still did not understand Ding Ji now, that meant she refused to acknowledge all her kin after marrying into the Zai family and leading a good life. Ding Ji's words were not difficult to comprehend. As such, many who understood them could not help having a change of expression. What Miao Jing wished to do most now was to scold and chase Ding Ji out of the house immediately. She had allowed her to enter the house. After calling them in-laws many times, she really believed that her previous deeds could be written off, that no one would remember them. How could she be so shameless to say that? It was the Qiao family's issue as to how bold and brazen Ding Ji was when she was in the house of the Qiao family. This was the Zai family. She was wielding her dominance in the territory of the Zai family. How could there be such a snobbish in-law in this world? Comrade Ding, you sound so bold and powerful. Nan Nan is your daughter. However, she is now my Zai family's daughter-in-law. 2 years ago, when Nan Nan was married to Zai Sheng, no one had forgotten how many things that the Chiao family had done for Nan Nan. We do not ask for one to be capable. However, one should help according to one's capability. You washed your hands off the matter so easily previously. Today, don't you feel pain in your waist when you stand and speak in this way? You sound as if you're a benevolent mother. Miao Jing really did not wish to see someone like Ding Ji, who always thought that she was right in everything that she said. If not for Ding Ji, she would have had a better first impression of Jiao Nan many years ago. Jiao Nan was the junior. Although Ding Ji had done wrong, it was not appropriate for Jiao Nan to put the words so bluntly before everyone. However, Miao Jing was different. She was Ding Ji's peer. In addition, she had a higher status than the latter. It was most appropriate for Miao Jing to speak about the shameless things that Ding Ji had done before. Ding Ji's old face blushed. In law, according to what you said, henceforth, Jiao Nan is going to take it that she doesn't have a mother like me? When I am old, she is not going to support me financially. All the while, Ding Ji was most concerned about this matter. Let me tell you. I am also one who knows the law. If she dares to do that, I can go and sue her. Given the Zai family's status, she did not believe that the Zai family would have glory for having a daughter-in-law being sued of not supporting her parents in their old age. Once she went to sue Jiao Nan, the Zai family would be the first to take the brunt. Who said that Nan Nan would not provide for your old age? Zai Sheng, who was standing beside Jiao Nan, looked at Ding Ji coldly. Earlier on, Ding Ji was behaving like an old hen, loudly grunting and flipping her wings and pretending to be an eagle. As soon as she saw Zai Sheng's cold expression, her neck seemed to have been strangled. She dared not be so arrogant anymore. We will support in whatever way is required. Supporting the elderly in their old age is the duty and obligation of a child. However, it is up to the junior what kind of support to provide. Don't worry. Minimally, Nan Nan and I will definitely fulfill the most basic obligation. She was talking about the law with Zai Sheng. That would be akin to teaching one's grandmother how to suck eggs. However, Nan Nan is still studying and you are still young. It seems too early to discuss this now. Why don't we do this? When you are 50 years old, Nan Nan will provide you with an appropriate sum of living allowance according to the social and economic situation then. As for other matters, we will review the situation accordingly.